Hello and welcome. You are learning AWS Organization. In AWS Organizations, main topic is service control policy. If you have multiple AWS account, then you are using AWS Organization. And if you are using AWS Organization, you can take advantage of SCP. I am giving you guarantee that this is most detailed video about SCP and you will become master of SCP after completing this video for sure. So let's start this. First of all, I want you to understand what is SCP. So here we have introduction. First point, SCP are rules that control what you can and cannot do with your AWS account. So as you know that the name is service control policy, right? So it is used to control permission of AWS accounts. It is not giving permission, but it is used to control permission. Okay, that is one of the most important part. They work at the level of whole organization or specific group within it. There is a layered approach for this. I'm going to explain you this point, no need to worry about it. SCP can't give you new permission. Keep this in mind. SCP is not giving permission, but SCP is actually limiting this particular permission. You set up this rule from one central place and then apply to all users and roles in this account they cover. So you can set up SCP at different layer of your AWS organization. A user without any IAM permission policy has no access even if applicable SCP allow all the services and all the access. I want you to understand that if you want to assign permission to your user or role, you have to use IAM policy. Now, to control this policy assigned by IAM, we are using SCP. Exclusivity of the AWS organizations. SCP are exclusive to AWS organization and can only be used when you have enabled an organization for your AWS account. They are part of the service control feature offered by AWS organization. So this is SCP which is related to only AWS organization. Now, before I am going to move for the next key point, I want you to understand how we can enable SCP. First of all, I am going to my AWS console and here I am going to open AWS organization. As per our last video, we have added new department into this particular AWS organization. Now once you add your old accounts, you can go to the policies. And here you will get many policies and out of this we have the third one known as service control policy, which is disabled by default. So you have to enable this and I'm going to enable this policy right now. So this is how you can enable service control policy. Now how we are going to use it, we are going to discuss about it, but let's move to the mind map topic first. So there is a key points. First of all, you can apply SCP as per layer architecture. So here SCP can be applied at different levels within an organization. You can apply it at root level, you can apply it at organization unit level, and you can also apply it at individual accounts. Now I want you to understand this layer architecture from AWS organization console as well. So I'm going to my AWS organization. Now here you will find out that this is my root level and here I have two accounts added into this root directly. So right now I don't have any organizational unit, I have root and these two accounts are already added. Now this is a CloudFolks account which is management account and I have added new department here. If I want to set up OU, I can also do this. Let me explain you this as well. So I'm going to action and I'm going to create organization unit. First of all, I have to select root account and here I'm going to say create new. Now I'm going to say that my R&D department. Okay, if you have multiple accounts and if you want to apply same policy, you can create OU and then you can move your AWS account inside your OU. So right now if you look at this, I have R&D department, but in this R&D department, I don't have any AWS account. Now let's say that I have this new department and I want to move this account to the R&D OU. I can do this. I'm going to select a new department, which is my AWS account, going to action, and here move. Now here I want to move this inside the R&D department, so move AWS account, and now you can find out that okay, my AWS account new department is inside R&D department. Now whenever I want to set up SCP, I can attach this policy with my root. I can also attach policy with my R&D department. I can also attach policy with individual AWS account as well. So we have this flexibility to attach our SCP with any of these three. Policies apply at higher level affect all entities within their scope. So if you are going to apply policy at root level, it will affect R&D department and new department as well, because there is a hierarchy for this. Now, scope of the application. An SCP restrict permission for IAM user and role in member accounts, including the member accounts root user. So let's say that if I am going to apply policy over here, okay, and if I am going to attach policy with root, root means a root of my organization. Now the member account is new department, so policy will be applied, and this policy will be applied on the root user as well. Of course, it is going to apply on IAM user and role, but it is also going to apply for the root user as well. How? I am going to tell you about this, but these are the points that we need to understand. SCP affect only member accounts in the organization. They have no effect on the user or role in the management account. As you know that this is our CloudFolks hub account, then from this account I have sent invitation to the new department. Now this is CloudFolks hub account, which is management account. Now whatever the SCP that I am going to create will not applicable to the CloudFolks hub account user or root. It will be applicable on the member account, and here we have only one member account, which is new department. Okay. Third point, deny by default. SCP are deny based. Primary function is to deny or restrict permission across the account in the organization. If permission is blocked at any level above account, either implicit or explicitly, a user or role in the affect account can't use that permission. You just need to remember that minus, plus, minus, minus. Okay. If you are getting deny permission from anywhere, at the end you are going to get it deny. Okay. So if you are getting allow permission using SCP from 10 different level, but there is a deny at one level, at the end you are going to get this deny. I am going to give you lots of example about it, so you don't need to worry. Just understand all this step by step. Now evaluation logic. When determining whether an action is allowed, AWS evaluate SCP in conjunction with IAM policy. First of all, let's say that if I am going to create one user in my member account, let's say that if I am going to create one user over here in the new department. Now this user don't have any permission because I don't have any policy attached with this user. Now this user cannot do anything because first of all, you need to attach IAM policy with this user. Now when you will attach policy, IAM policy with this user, user can access all the services. Now you can restrict the services using SCP at account level. Okay. So IAM policy is always there. It is required. An action must be allowed by IAM policy and not explicitly denied by the SCP. When you will get permission, if the action is allowed by IAM and not denied by SCP. This is a thumbnail rule. Okay. Now you get a little understanding about it. You don't need to worry. Step by step, you will become professional about it. Don't worry. Now let's talk about point number 3, which is default SCP. First of all, when you start your SCP policy, when you enable this, if I'm going to the policy and when I just enable this, okay, here you will get one default policy which is known as full AWS access. Okay, right now we are talking about this particular default policy. Okay, so automatically attached to all the entities in AWS organization, allowing unrestricted access to the AWS services. By default, this permission, this particular policy which is allowing full access permission to all the services in AWS, automatically attach with all the entities in your AWS. Let's say that in your AWS organization. If I'm going to this policy, here you will find out, when you click on targets, you will find out that which AWS entity this policy is actually attached. So if I'm going to the targets, okay, you will find out that it is attached with the CloudFolks Hub account, it is attached with the new department, it is also attached with the OU R&D department, and it is also attached with the main root of our AWS organization. If you create new organization unit, or if you add new AWS account into this organization unit, it will attach this default policy with this new entity as well. Let's do this. If I'm going to create a new organization here, let's say that test org, you do not need to attach default SCP with this. It is automatically attached with the default one. So let me go to the policy, going to the service control policy, going to the full AWS access, and if you go to the target, you will find out your test department over here as well. Wait. See, test org is now available. Okay, so this is the default one. Now, what is there in this policy? Permit all action and all the resources, ensuring that no SCP impose restrictions at the outset. So by default, when you add any account with your AWS organization, because of this full access policy, okay, your new account is getting full permission, means new account's root user don't have any restrictions. So as the upper limit on the permission, actual access is defined by IAM policy. So whatever you want to assign policy, you are always assigning this policy using your own account's IAM. Now, how we can control access using SCP and how the whole SCP process is actually working. I want you to understand this scenario because this is the most important part of our SCP. So here I have two options. First, how SCP work with allow permission, and another one is how SCP work with deny. Okay, very important part, guys. You need to understand this because this is the main logic about how SCP is actually working. Now here I have first picture. Okay, here I am using this particular hierarchy, and if you look at this hierarchy, you will find out that I have, sorry, I know that you want to watch full video, but full video is now not available on YouTube. If you want to watch full video, I want you to go to our website. When you will go to our website, you will find out our course 100 Days YouTube Challenge. I want you to enroll for this course by paying only 499 rupees for lifetime if you are from India. If you are from outside of India, you just need to pay $7 US. Once you will enroll to this course, you are going to get all full videos over there on our portal. You are also going to get certificate after completing the course, and We have just uploaded 120 videos. We are going to upload another 120 videos as well. So there will be total 240 videos. I hope we are going to meet inside the class. Thank you very much.